I guess it's a huge topic. I mean, there's so many people out there that say, well, stay away from it because we're not cows. We shouldn't drink cow's milk. And there's other people that say, well, you should only drink raw milk. Pasteurized milk is so bad. I guess we need to rewind it a little bit and say, of course, your philosophy is you believe it's very beneficial. I mean, why do you think, looking at milk, I think the biggest topic is like allergies. Everyone says, oh, I'm intolerant to milk. And the same thing with other foods. Why do you think there's so much degradation of milk itself, and why are we seeing so many of these allergies, and why are people so afraid of it?
Actually, the United States cleaned up the commercial dairy industry 40 or 50 years ago, cut out the use of the most dangerous insecticides that had been getting into the milk and were known to cause breast cancer and other things. But in the 60s, the Environmental Protection Agency and FDA banned the use of these insecticides around cows and dairies, and they controlled somewhat the additives going into the cow food. Israel was quite a bit slower than the U.S. to ban one of these insecticides in particular, but when they did in the 60s, their breast cancer rate plunged tremendously. But the U.S. on that particular issue had been leading the world in cleaning up the milk supply, and that was far ahead of cleaning up the meat supply. So when you look at agricultural industry in general, the dairy is still probably the cleanest food available.
Now, one part of your milk article in regards to, I think it's in regards to what they're feeding animals, and it was kind of something I want you to clarify because it didn't really make sense, and I don't even know if I'm going to pronounce the word correctly. But you talked about plants, and you talked about when plants are stressed, they produce these enzymes. How do you pronounce it? Chitinases or chitinase?
Or chitinase.
Chitinase, okay. Can you elaborate on that a little bit in regards to dairy?
That's something you find in lots of foods that are grown in stressed plants. That's a plant enzyme that is protective against insects in particular, but it is strongly allergenic to any animal. And in small amounts, it's produced in a stressed animal under the influence of estrogen. So it's possible that that's a factor in meat and eggs and milk, but probably not in a practical sense. The main allergens that get into the milk are, for example, if they let cows graze on pastures that have lots of allergenic weeds, that will go right into the milk, enough of the allergens that people can react. You can usually taste the funny food in the milk if you go around the cow's pasture and see what it's eating and squeeze some of the leaves. You'll often identify what it is that gives the milk a funny flavor. And some small dairies aren't very alert to what their cows are eating, and that can cause just an individual dairy's milk to be more allergenic than average.